The internet and real life are two different worlds. Now I'm gonna do a quick reaction to a reaction. Shout out to Hater World, shout out Blue Devil, shout out Mr. Capone. I actually got to watch the whole or listen to the whole podcast of Mr. Capone and bootleg Kev earlier at work, and then later on I check out Blue Devil's channel and he did a reaction to it. And man, I'm gonna tell you something. There's something in this video that he said that really hit home, and man, I could really feel it, and I could tell. I could tell. I've said it before in other videos, and you get mad or whatever. Who cares, right? But I could tell that Blue Devil, he's been through some things. Because when you hear certain words and uh, when you have a certain mindset, you could tell. And with that, y'all, check it out. Blue Devil reacting to Mr. Capone. Let's go.
Pages about all these rappers beefing with each other. To me, like, all the ones who've been around there, they know it's got to be on the streets. So if anything's on there, but yeah, it's not a good look because at the end of the day, people get divided and that kills the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
So he said the real ones know that it's on the street. Those are facts. Now look, I tell you guys all the time, but you guys don't listen, homie. And that's how I know a lot of you dudes that comment are kids. And it's cool. I get it. Like, I understand you guys don't know the play. But look, whenever you see me talking about somebody on the internet, mostly, it's either fake, like it's never going to get to the street level, right? Or
Entertainment.
He's really a piece of shit to the point where it's like, let's just tell the world that he's a fucking piece of garbage so nobody fucks with him. He ain't never going to do nothing anyways, and we just want to let everybody know. But when it's like real street drama and I know, or you guys know, or the homies know that it can turn into like something bad, then you no longer talk about it, bro. You shut your mouth, you be quiet. When they ask you, you say, who's that? I don't know who that is. Because you're not trying to leave a trace on the internet.
Man, when Blue Devil said that, boy, I think he made a comment. I said, man, bingo. Because there's the internet and there's real life, right? And once you cross that line, there ain't no talking. And I say that to say this. Homeboy said this, and I felt this because I'm the same way. I'm not going to go back and forth with someone. I will if I want to do entertainment, internet shenanigans. I do it all over Instagram. We get into it. We beefing on IG. I even let the haters get on the live, and we go back and forth. It's all fun and games, to be honest. But there's some, right? They talk a lot. And I will never mention their name. Because we pass words, homeboy. And that's all I got to say about that, right? So when Blue Devil said this, I said, man, that's the truth right there. Some things are better left unsaid. Let the lames keep on talking. Because in real life, they'll never do nothing. On the internet, when you might do something, you never talk. I'll leave it at that.
And so therefore, there's a couple of people that came at me on the internet and I didn't respond, and people were like, oh, you a bitch. No, dog, I'm not. The thing is, when I see this fucking guy,
Oh,
he's going to have to stand on what he said. And this guy rose solo, and it's not going to be nice for him. So I'm not even going to say nothing. You feel me? But they continue to talk because they want to do an internet thing. They want the little internet back and forth, but not for me. I really want to beat this guy, so I'm not going to say nothing. And that's the difference that you fools have to understand, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Recently, the Three Stooges made a diss record on me. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not going to respond to these fucking clowns, at all. Not going to give them no clout. And if it's real, they know what to do. So you guys need to understand that most of this shit on the internet is fake. It's false. All right? People are doing it for clout. Let's continue.
totally agree. We all, as podcasters, make content controversial at times. It sells, and people have drama and beef and whatever. But like I said, there's some stuff for the internet and some stuff that's not for the internet, and you got to know how to navigate in these murky waters.
But he did say something that's very important. Let's rewind it a little bit.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Capone spit a lot of game on this podcast. I like Capone. You know, I know it's kind of I'm in a kind of weird spot, right? I'm just a West Texas podcaster, oil man, TikToker, YouTuber, father, husband. You know, I'll do all kinds of stuff, but I'm like in the middle of it all, right? Like I like Go Toes, I like Blue Devil, I like shout out Lady Pinks. You know, me and her kind of go back and forth on Instagram. Because I'm pro Trump. Deport them all, right? And she's not, but we keep it respectable or respectful, should I say? And anyways, like I said, I like everybody in Cali. You grow up in Texas and you see them, and you're kind of like in the middle. Someone like me, because I just check them all out, right? Hater World, Tony A podcast, who else? Norby's, my boy Chicano Tube, and different podcasters that kind of I don't know if they all get along or not, but usually they don't. But I'm like in the middle of it, watching it all, right? But salute all of them because I enjoy their content for the most part. But let's continue. My bad.
Things on there. But yeah, it's not a good look because at the end of the day, people get divided and that kills the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I seen it in our time in the rap game where it was about to be a big movement, right? It was about to blow up. And then just divisions start happening. Boom, boom. So next you know, even with the radio is playing my records and then maybe some haters calling in, hey, don't play that shit, play this shit. They're like, we don't know what's going on. So you're scaring the outsiders, you know what I'm saying? And they're getting...
All right.
Hey, real quick, before Blue Devil says something, I'm gonna say something. That's like what I just said, right? I'm an outsider. I ain't gonna lie. There's been videos or stuff I wanted to talk about, and I talk about what I want, right? But I've kind of held myself back more on YouTube of all places because, I don't know, my YouTube channel, I take it more professionally, more seriously, should I say. My Instagram, and Facebook and even TikTok, I just throw content out there, it goes viral, does numbers, whatever. But my YouTube, I'm more focused on it, and that's kind of a detriment to a YouTuber because you can't always have it perfected, right? Or perfect, should I say. So, I've held back on doing some videos because I'm like, man, this person's gonna see it, gonna get mad, whatever. Even though I'm not even a part of none of this stuff. And if it was an important video, I'm gonna make it. But for the most part, I can see how what I'm saying. You can be in the middle, like I said earlier, and you kind of hold back from making content because it's gonna create a certain kind of vibe or something, and where it's just. I don't want the problems. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. It messes up the numbers. It divides the people. And I'm gonna be honest, beef. To be honest, internet beef especially, it don't bring you numbers. I beef with big organizations, political rivals, and whatnot. And I'm telling you, it's fun while you're doing it. You're throwing mud back and forth. Different people on the internet that you're going back and forth with, and really, you don't gain nothing from that. And I've had some big major beefs on Instagram of all places, especially. So really, the drama, it really don't sell that well as much as people want you to believe it does.
Perfect. All right, look, a lot of us have learned from previous experiences. Like Mr. Capone has learned from being in the game for a long time. And people tell me all the time, like, oh, you used to talk shit about him, you used to beef with him. It's not that I beef with him, but I was on the side of my homeboy Snapper, right? So I'm a ride with my homeboy, dog. I'm a ride with him, right? I'm a ride with him. So if he's saying F this guy, that's what it is. But we're young, homie. Now that we're older and we turn into gentlemen, now it's different. Now we're not going to move on that timing no more. Now we're moving on the timing of, you know what, dog? We're all getting old. That shit was nonsense. You a respectable homie. You a solid homie. I'm a respectable, solid homie. There's not too many of those homies left like that. Hey, dog, listen. It's better that we stick together than not stick together, right?
He's right. You become a gentleman. You become a man of business. You don't just pop off on somebody or just run your mouth or, whatever. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I probably could have built my YouTube faster. It's my last platform that I built. That's why it's kind of the slowest growing one. But, I could have been making a lot of videos just talking about every subject possible. But that's just not me. As much as people try to say that, I just like to do controversial things or talk bad about people, really, my nature is to keep my mouth shut, especially in real life, especially on the street or, even with family, whatever, friends. You know what I'm saying? You can't get nothing out of me. I ain't gonna lie. One of my homeboys had a big old secret. It came out in the hood and with all my people and family, and I knew about it, but I never said nothing. My wife saw, man, you knew it this whole time, and what's going on? And I'll tell her a little bit what I knew, and then she's like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else do you know? I'm like, that's it. She goes like, you don't ask. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't get in people's business. You know, I'm not someone that people could come to and get gossip and rumors out of because that's just not how I operate. So saying that, say this. I could easily get on the internet and just blabber and talk a lot about anybody, right? And get big numbers. But, you know, and that does sell. That does get you some numbers. But at the same time, that's just not my nature. So YouTube being my last platform that I built, I've done it a different way than my other platforms, and it's a slow grind, you know. But it's cool. That's why I'm dropping this video tonight because I want to drop a video every day this year. I'm trying to, right? But again, I could get on here and just blabber and talk ish about people, but that's just not how I am. You know, regardless of what people say about me. But let's continue. A couple more minutes and we're out of here.
So when people say that, it's like, dog, you'll understand someday, right? But back to the part of the division, a lot of OGs like Capone and other homies, they've witnessed stuff like that, so they try to let the youngsters know, like, look, it's better for the homies to stick together and work together than to be apart, right? Because what happens is, like he said, you get haters that are not invited to the kumbaya. They're not invited to the circle. They're not invited to the carne asada. They're not invited to the show. And right away, they start making phone calls to fuck shit up for people, right? Right when everything's gonna go, they fuck it up. What happened with us, dog? We had Whack 100 in the building. The podcast, regardless of what people say, it was good and bad. Yeah, there was bad parts. There was good parts.
Man, monumental. No matter what happened, what they say about Hater World in the podcast, you know, legendary. He did good with the Whack 100. You know, all publicity is good publicity, and I think he did good with that, even if, you know, they made videos and they were hating on him. And I want to say something, too, about Lefty Gunplay. I don't know if he brings it up here, but, you know, Lefty Gunplay, I just heard that he might be performing at the Super Bowl show, right? He has like a little part to play. Man, shout out Lefty Gunplay, because I know people hate on him or they say he only got a couple words in a song. I'm going to be honest. If it was me or you or any of us, and we had one ad lib on anybody's album like Kendrick Lamar, I bet some people would go to their grave. That's their highest accolade that they've ever achieved in life. So shout out for Lefty Gunplay. Shout out to him for making it that far and doing that, because that's pretty. That's a big accomplishment. I'm gonna be honest. But anyways, I let Blue Devil finish here, and I wrap it up with my train of thought real quick. Let's go.
But at the end of the day, we were coming together to try to make amends and try to figure it out, right? In person, not on the internet, face to face. All right. He left on the good note. I left on the good note. We had squashed all the problems.
And what?
And then what happens? All the little weenie ass haters that don't like Hater World, don't like Blue Devil, the ones that are always mad because they're not invited, or mad because it's not them, or mad because their homies fuck with us and they don't. You know, what do? They call this man, they blow him up, they send him videos, they send him pictures, they fuck his whole head up, where now he's feeling played, even though we discussed everything in person. So they fucked up the play that could have been good for a bunch of homies, right? And that's what Capone said. His haters were calling up the phone lines, scaring people, dog. And now they don't want to play Capone in the radio. They don't want to play this rapper or that rapper. Now they're like, nah, I don't want to fuck with SS. I want to fuck with homies because you fools bring problems. And now that door done shut, dog, because of all these bitch-ass, weenie-ass, hating-ass fools. And that's what's wrong with our culture. And it's funny because
right here,
one of my OG homies from San Diego told me, he goes, fool, he goes, our culture, our raza, our people are a bunch of bitch-ass haters, dog. He said, it's sad to say, fool, but they are the worst of the worst, fool. He goes, they don't support, and all they do is talk that shit. And it makes sense, bro. I see it. You know, I see it. You know, and so it is what it is. I guess you could say it's part of the game. I don't understand how it's part of the game.
Player haters.
I just look at it like it's some crybaby ass fools, dog.
And with that, y'all, there it is. Awesome little reaction. I know I did a reaction, but I do what the hell I want. I ain't tripping. But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna piggyback to what he said right there. Your own people be the biggest haters. And I'm gonna do another reaction about another situation here locally. How, you know, in your own town, it be the people that live there amongst you, even your own family, friends, they hate on you the worst. You know, it's pretty wild. And I like what he said at the end that our people, right? I'll just leave it at that, right? Are the biggest haters of them all. Crabs in the bucket mentality. Like people can say what they want about me, but I'm gonna be honest, I never been a hater. I never hated on nobody, just out of nothing, out of nowhere. Now, if you a hater to me, I'm a hater to you, straight up. You know, if we got something and you don't like me and I don't like you, that's another story. But as far as me like hating on somebody, like I wish he don't do good or he's, what I'm saying, being a pocket watcher or whatever, never. I've actually been the one that helps people so much that I get screwed over, and then at the end of the day, we got drama with somebody due to me helping them burning me. I'm always the one getting burnt, right? And like Blue Devil said, it's part of the game. In the end, they always betray you. In the end, they always do you wrong, for real. In the end, you're always alone. That's how it is. But anyways, that's my quick reaction to Blue Devil. Sorry for taking so long with it, but it was a good, reaction he did to Capone. I saw Capone's video. It was good. And I saw this reaction. It was like 20 minutes. It was good too. But like I said, I like what he said about, there's internet and then real life. And people on the internet talk all that ish. In real life, they ain't do nothing. But the ones on the internet, they ain't talking. If they're going to do something, they ain't going to be talking. Simple as that. And it is what it is, right? I hope you liked the video. I appreciate your time. Got more content coming. Check me out on Desert Power Trucking if you want to learn about the oil field. I'm releasing my Patreon levels over there where you can see how much money you can make really in the oil field. You can get the whole game, right? So the links are in Desert Power Trucking. Check out that channel. That channel actually shows you how to be a trucker or how to get in the oil field in West Texas and make money and do better for yourself, right? Some of these old pinteros can't even show you how to form an LLC or S Corp, let alone get a job or a CDL or do what I do, haul oil. I'll show you that and more. Desert Power Trucking. Anyways, there's my video. Hope you like it. And if you don't, you ain't got to like it. And with that, I'm out of here. Later.